Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. About a video title, you know what this video is about. We got AEW Dynamite review. This is June 12th. Oh no, June 11th. 2025 Dynamite review. As you guys know, it's a summer blockbuster. We've seen, of course, the show start off amazing. Right now I'm making it, I think it's like 20 minutes left on AEW. This is the last match about to come on. It's on Paragon and Dan Garcia versus the Don Callis family. So that match right there, if it's anything crazy happened that's big time impactful, I'll add it in the comment section. But I don't think they're gonna be any match of any like importance, fully importance at that. It might lead to, of course, we're seeing Kyle Fletcher eventually and Adam Cole having another rematch, probably all in for the TNT title. That should be interesting. We'll see what happens. But the show started off amazing. The first hour, basically, the first 40 minutes, where it started off with Swerve versus Ospreay in a classic match. The first match was very good, of course. The one they had, was it Forbidden Door, right? And then now they have this match right here, big time match. You know, everything about the match was good. You know, Swerve tweaked his knee up, Ospreay targeted the knee. Ospreay, you know, they were discussing the Ospreay neck. You know, he had a little tape around his neck. They said sometimes he had moments where he felt a little numbness and stuff. And what did Swerve do? He went for the neck breaker. He countered the cutter with a neck breaker. The neck breaker inside the ring, outside the ring. You know, doing different maneuvers to tackle that neck and that arm, the upper shoulder area and stuff, just kind of weaken him a little bit. So you won't be able to use the hidden blade for that other arm and stuff, and do different things and stuff. So it was very cool how they were building the match up. Everything was going with the match. And you know, I mentioned last week, we knew it was gonna be a draw, of course, because you know, I feel like it wasn't about winning or losing this match. It was about them, you know, going out there, two brothers going out there. You know, Will Ospreay want him to join him. Swerve don't want to join in like that. And there's only one way to solve it. It's like anime, you know, like watching Dragon Ball Z or something. One way to solve stuff is by fight, like that. So you see Swerve and Ospreay go out there and fight. The match ended, and Swerve asked for a sudden death. But then after he asked for that, we heard the Death Riders music pop on. Death Riders came out there, and Swerve was kind of ready for him a little bit, even though it was still 1-on-4. But then Young Bucks came in, snuck him, got him. And handcuffed Swerve, they were super kicking him. They're about to super kick him with some spikes. Some of his answers he had, you know, that he made like a little colorway of. Put the spikes on, but the super kick him, and Will Ospreay took the bullet for him, took the hit for him, and that is big time too. Will Ospreay said he's going to be there to try to bring change, to try to restore order back to AEW and stuff. So him taking the shot, the hit for Swerve, maybe that turned Swerve mind. You know, we'll see, because you know, it always take a tipping point, a turning point has to happen. So maybe Swerve will lock in, and we possibly could see, of course, Young Bucks versus Will Ospreay and Swerve in some type of match. Maybe Texas Death, maybe some crazy match to kind of end this thing for sure. And maybe it'll be a stipulation where if Swerve and Ospreay win, maybe they get some world title shots in the future or something like that. We don't know exactly what will happen, but it's gonna be interesting to see how that kind of shapes out. But that was a very good match. That was a very good segment. To start the show off, it was an amazing segment. Keep people engaged and stuff. Nice segment. And then you look, of course, at well, what happened after that? I think Mystico wraps after that. Yeah, Mystico defeated Blake Christian in the match. I kind of predicted. I said probably Blake Christian he'd fight. I predicted that last week. I said Mystico probably fight somebody like Blake Christian or something. And Mystico defeated Blake Christian in the match. He got confronted by MJF, of course. And they would have a match at AEW Grand Slam Mexico. It'll be Mystico versus MJF in a one-on-one match. That should be interesting. Hurt Business, of course, Hurt Business. Hurt Syndicate, Hurt Business, same thing. Hurt Syndicate defeated Jet Speed and Dorado. You know, they defeated in that match, and then MJF took Dorado's mask off, the disrespect. Never took the Luchador mask off. He took the mask off, disrespecting them. The Mystico came back in, you know, got a little revenge and stuff as well. And we're gonna see their match, of course, set up. We also, of course, seen Death Riders attack Hangman Page. That's what happened. He was tied up, got beat up a little bit. The Ops came out there to help him, and they actually set up a match too for AEW Grand Slam. It would be a 10-man tag match. You know, Mr. Tony Khan. Mr. Khan loves the tag matches. He loved, of course, the 6-man, the 8-man, the 10-man tag matches. So we got the Ops, Swerve and Ospreay versus the Death Riders and the Young Bucks. So that's gonna be interesting. That should be a crazy match. That might be the main event of AEW Grand Slam next week. You never know. We also seen, of course, Penelope Ford versus TayJay. We've seen TayJay get the victory. Mello got the victory with hitting her finisher maneuver on Penelope Ford. Penelope Ford kind of got a little overzealous a little bit in the match like that. You know, she was thinking about vengeance instead of winning the match. Making Bang had the match in the bag. She went out to go out there and win it for herself. Got tagged in, messed it up a little bit, and it fell short. I still hope that Tony Khan do bring out the Women's World Championship. If you're watching this, Mr. Khan, which you're probably not watching this, but bring the Women's Tag Team title. I feel like that'd be perfect. Especially in Texas. That'd been cool in Texas. I don't know if you're going to bring them because it's like only like 4 weeks away. I'm going to be there in person. It's going to be like 4 weeks away. for the All In Texas thing, like 4 or 5 weeks away, like that, a month away. I don't know if you're gonna bring it anytime soon, but imagine that, a four-way ladder match for the women's world tag team titles. That'd be a big way to kind of step into that. We have a lot of tag team storylines with the women and all the divisions and stuff, as well as a lot of teams and stuff. And I think that'd be great to add more extra stuff just there. So we'll see what happens. But the closing segment of the first 2 hours, which is the Dynamite hours, we've seen Omega and Okada segment, and they revealed the new championship. We've seen the Unified Championship. I thought they were going to call it something else, maybe the Global World Championship, or the Intercontinental Championship, or the Continental World Title, or the International World Title, or something, or Continental Championship. I don't know exactly what they're going to call it, but they call it a Unified Title, which is a different name, but it might grow upon us like that, a little bit too as well. So AEW Unified Championship. So I don't know if they're going to be utilized as a second world title. That'd be cool if it is utilized like a second world title. I don't know what that means for the Continental Classic. If it's still going to be a thing where you win the Continental Classic and then you get an opportunity to fight for that Unified Championship, or the Continental Classic is gone. But I don't think they'll probably get rid of it. So we'll see exactly what happens. If the rules still the same, where there's nobody can be outside the ring and stuff during the match and the different things, the 20-minute time limit. We got to kind of see everything, all the specs. They probably reveal that to us in the upcoming weeks. But they're going to unify their championships, the International Championship and the Continental Championship for the unified title. And then we're going to see crazy match between the Kenny Omega and Okada. We know the match they had is the 5th match. I think all wrestling fans who watch probably have seen those matches, the big time matches between those two. The first one being in Wrestle Kingdom, and then you have the match at Dominion that same year where Kenny Omega and him draw. And then you have, of course, the match at the G1 where Kenny Omega defeated him, and then you have the match, of course, at Dominion where Kenny Omega finally kind of got over the hump, like defeat him for the world championship. Because Okada at that time, I think he was world champion for like 700 days. He was a world champion for a long time. He was beating everybody, just going through everybody, beating everybody, just beating them down like that. So he was just dominant, like very dominant like that. He lost the title, and they haven't had a match since. I think I was in high school when that match happened. I think so, yeah, I remember watching that. I was like, that's one of the best wrestling matches I've ever seen. So, yeah, they haven't had a match in like 6 or 7 years like that. The last time they had the match. And they're going to have a match, of course, in Texas. Okada versus Omega. This is part 5. This is probably the last time they ever face each other ever in the ring. You never know. It could be the last time ever they face each other, because I doubt they'll wait another 7 years or something like that. They might be retired or something. You never know. But we'll have to see what goes on and what happens. But it should be a very good showdown between those two. We've also seen, of course, Kyle Fletcher defeat Anthony Bowens in a good match as well. We'll see how that kind of goes and stuff. Toni Storm defeated Julia Hart. She got beat up before the match. And also she got beat up after the match. Mercedes Moné attacked her after the match and beat her up a little bit, too. We'll see how that goes. Willow Nightingale, Mark Briscoe, and we've seen Ishii defeat MXM Collection and Ty Valkyrie. I still wonder what the Willow Nightingale storyline will be fully, because Chris Statlander and her still had a little differences. I don't think it was former team or something like that. Or will we see Willow Nightingale versus Marina Shafir? They still have maybe a one-on-one where there's like a street fight match or something in All In. I don't know what they're gonna do with that fully, how that's kind of gonna go and kind of shape out and stuff. But we'll see what happens. Of course, they could have a women's casino gauntlet match at All In. That'd be cool too. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see. We'll see. But overall, it's a pretty good show. Like I mentioned last week, 4 hours is a long time for a wrestling show to kind of keep you with everything too, like that. Of course, on pay-per-views is different because you're seeing all the big best matches, and they have some good matches too tonight as well. But I feel like it still loses once you get to that third hour. Once it's 3 hours and like 10 minutes in, you're like, okay, now just matches just randomly put together and stuff, which would still be entertaining, but sometimes you're like, we're gonna have no merit like the first 2 or 3 hours of the show and stuff. But overall, I think it's still a pretty good show. The way it started, especially in the first 2 hours, where they started with the Ospreay and Swerve and ended with the Kenny Omega and Okada. And people have that debate now too as well. Should Okada and Kenny Omega main event, or should it be Swerve and Heyman? I think Swerve and Heyman probably the main event because of the title implications. Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné match will be cool too as well to main event, but I don't think it's gonna main event because the story impact of the Heyman Adam Page with Swerve and the Ospreay and Moxley, and him finally showing us the AEW World Championship we haven't seen in a long time, and Heyman being one of the original members of AEW, winning that world title and stuff. It would be great kind of see him win the second one, holding it up at the end of the show as the show closes out, the credits and stuff. But Okada and Omega would be very cool to see main event as well. I feel sorry for whoever got to go after that Okada and Omega match. Like, you're like, dang, don't put me right. It's like rapping after J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar on the track. You're like, don't put me behind them. And let me go first or something like that. So we'll see exactly what happens. But that's all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.